My fiancé called me crazy for thinking he was cheating. Then his mistress confessed everything to me without realizing she was talking to his actual fiancé. Mark and I had been together for 4 years. We were supposed to get married in 6 months, but right around the holidays, everything shifted. He suddenly became obsessed with this local weekend hiking club. He was gone every Saturday morning, coming back hours later, totally exhausted but weirdly glowing. One morning, he was in the shower and his smartwatch buzzed on the nightstand. I glanced over and saw a message from someone named Sierra Trail Runner. It just said, "Thinking about our rest stop," with a smirking emoji. My heart practically stopped. I asked him about it later, trying to sound casual. He rolled his eyes, called me paranoid, and said she was just a goofy girl from the trail group. He told me I was ruining our weekend with my ridiculous trust issues, so I shut up. I didn't bring it up again, but I didn't let it go either. I went on Instagram and found the hiking club's page. It took me maybe 5 minutes to find Sierra. Her feed was entirely aesthetic nature shots and vague, poetic captions about forbidden paths and finding your soulmate in the wild. Mark had liked every single one. I didn't confront him again. I knew he'd just lie. Instead, I made a burner account. I called myself Jessica, an aspiring outdoor photographer who just moved to Denver. I followed Sierra, liked a few of her posts, and eventually I slid into her DMs. I told her I loved her photography style and asked for trail recommendations. She was so eager to chat. Within 2 weeks, we were messaging back and forth almost every day. She thought I was this cool, adventurous stranger. I let her vent, I asked the right questions, and slowly, she took the bait. She started dropping hints about a guy she was seeing. She said it was incredibly complicated because he was technically engaged. But according to her, his fiancé was a totally toxic, controlling nightmare who didn't understand his wild spirit. Hearing those words, knowing they came straight from Mark's mouth, felt like a literal punch to the throat. I sat on my couch, staring at the screen, tears blurring my vision, but I kept typing. I asked her, "Wow, what are you guys going to do?" Then, the final blow came. She sent a long text. She wrote, "He's telling her he has a bachelor party in Vegas next month, but he's actually taking me to a cabin in Aspen. He said he's going to call off the wedding right after." I stared at that message for 23 minutes, just staring. He thought he was so smart. He thought I was just some clueless, naive girl waiting at home, but he has no idea what I'm packing in his suitcase for Aspen.